Hello guys, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 with our Austria Hungary playthrough. We have a pretty big battle here that we're already kind of in process of. We have to kill a certain amount of enemy ships. We are outranged by the enemies, however, which is going to make this a little bit problematic. But we do have two separate forces, and I plan to make use of them. So we're going to start splitting those up. We're going to have the main force kind of go around north, and the secondary force turn around and head south. That's kind of what we're going to aim to do here. We need to sink two of these ships for our objective. That is our objective, is to sink two of these. Even if it's like a lone armored cruiser, that counts, and we want it. So, wouldn't be too bad if we could pull that off. Everyone else just kind of staying in formation with each other as best as is possible. These battle cruisers will get behind some stuff over here. They are getting in range of my main guns on these pre-dreads, which is always nice. These two forces are going to get kind of far apart, though, as time goes on. They already kind of are getting far apart. We see firing lines of their dreadnoughts. There's firing lines of our dreadnoughts. This is going to be great. Not a whole lot that my light cruisers can do here. I don't want you to be a scream, but I'm going to put you on AI support control because I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with these light cruisers at the moment. These armored cruisers might honestly be the same, but we'll see. Battle cruisers are getting maybe a little too far south. We'll turn inwards a little bit. They have a lot of speed. Let's put them on 26 knots. And just watch as the fire is exchanged between our forces. Woo! Okay. What do their pre-dreads that we're fighting have, anyway? 1900 design, 19 knots. Pretty decent armor, two 12-inch guns. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is their guns are better than us. So that could be a problem. They're all turning inwards. So we should turn inwards as well a bit. To stay shooting at them, ideally. These battle cruisers are going to go up kind of the center a little bit. These armored cruisers have a firing line on that Napoli, and they should make the most of it. They're turning way the fuck inwards, bro. Let's turn our battle cruisers to match. Let's turn in more fully. They're just a gigantic pile. They're in a pile. I don't know how else to describe this. They're in a fucking pile. And we need to exploit that pile, I guess, to hit as many of them as we possibly can. Fire support down here is maybe a little bit low, but we're moving pretty fast. It would be hard for them to really engage us at all from down there. Gotta keep an eye ahead of us over here. Let's turn inwards a little bit, firing with those. Otherwise, we're getting some good hits on them. This scares me. Although it's going inward, so maybe it doesn't scare me an insane amount. These battle cruisers are very close. This makes me nervous, but it should be fine. They have a lot of ships that are off on their own here. Destroyers won't count for kills. I've done objectives like this before. It says any ship, it lies. It means any ship that's bigger than a destroyer. Or bigger than a corvette, I think. Let's turn everything inwards a bit more. Because that would be smart. Their whole formation is just shifting south. The entire thing. They're just kind of running to port. They're not running to port. They're just trying to get out of range of us. Is probably more accurate. How are the battlecruisers doing? You're fast, but have you taken any damage? The one in the back has taken some damage, yes. Let's slow down to 25 knots and kind of get in this big formation. We have some shots going out from the pre-dreads. But not enough. If they really do run away, I mean, that's just going to be a problem. Oh. Small merchant class. Ooh, okay. Battlecruiser. New target. Max speed. Go north. Potentially AMC. Battlecruiser is going to go up there. We'll keep all the pre-dreads together for this fight. Cannot keep up with her division. Kaiser Karl. Where? Why can't it keep up? Detach her? Sure. Yeah, we'll detach her. I don't know why she can't keep up. Very strange. Put these on 18 for right now. We'll just put you as AI, put you in core with your old division. Battlecruiser is going to go hunt down whatever this is. Because whatever it is, it can count as the kill that we need. There's 2 unidentified ships up there. Okay, well, while we continue to posture our pre-dreads at this gigantic enemy fleet that's just running away from us, really. Yeah, they're just running away from us. There's no point to even posture. Let's head north. They might decide to come back up. But if these are really what they appear to be, we want to get up here and sink one. It's hard to sink things when they all run away from you. Oh, whatever this is, it's coming back. That's good. We have everything going, I hope. Back here as fast. Oh, squad max is now only 19 for this one. 16 for this one. Put you guys back on your squad max armored cruisers. We just gotta get up here with as much as possible. Don't let them get in the port. Because hopefully, these count. Hopefully these merchants count. This one's already dead in the water. If these count, then we'll win. Even if the kills are not really what we want. Alright, that's already 1 ship dead. Unidentified land feature. Well, that's not the greatest, but... let's get some shots in. Show it our broadside. And we are definitely hitting it. Heavy damage. It's dead in the water, dude. It's dead in the water. I don't know what this... 7-inch coastal battery in Sicily. That could be concerning. We don't want to get too close to it. It's not our job to kill it right now. Sink any 2 ships accomplished. Okay, those 2 merchant ships count. So now I guess we see if they show us anything else. I don't think they will. They all ran away to port. I might just start sailing to the nearest friendly dock, quite frankly. I was sailing home, but now some other ship up here that is claimed to be a destroyer is showing itself. The Gru class. This is an Italian corvette. You cannot run from me, sir. My battle cruisers have you in their sights. A corvette, man. What's even on this? Barely no armor. Like, literally, like, no armor. Our main force is massive, but it's going to be fucking useless. We have potentially another corvette up here. And our battle cruisers can make very easy work of these things, man. Yeah, look at this. They can get really far away from the main formation. I mean, they're fine, you know? I have a lot of things in AI control right now. Oh, there you go. Gru class, dead. And there's another corvette. I don't know if corvettes would count. But we got our needed kills already. We already got the kills we needed earlier from the merchant ships. If we sink a couple corvettes, that's fine by me. There you go. And that's another dead one. Perfect. Now I will resume our sailing back to port. The scenario's over, and a destroyer of ours was torpedoed by an enemy submarine at the end, so that sank. That's wonderful. So we lost a destroyer because it got torpedoed, but we sank 2 enemy merchants, we sank 2 enemy corvettes. Accomplishing our objective is most of the points. They get a bonus for 2 surviving merchants. I guess there were just more that I didn't see. They picked up some survivors, we picked up some. But us accomplishing our objective was the big thing. We sank the 2 ships we needed, so we come out of this with this being a definitive, I guess, minor victory, gaining us some prestige. Our prestige is doing great. 46, I don't have to worry about prestige for a while. The Panama Canal has opened. That doesn't matter for me at all. The enemy is once again feeling us out about peace. Kaiser wants to know my position. I would just say a few more months will do it. Just going to be as hardline as possible on this, because I don't know what kind of a deal we're going to get. And I feel like in this game, the worse of a option that I pick here, like the nicer of an option, then I don't think we'll actually get as much as we could. I mean, the way we can definitively win this, especially, is if we just get their unrest so high that they end up having a revolution. That would be the definitive win. So I'm just going to stay hardliner on this, because we're winning. We have 2 allies that just are monoliths compared to Italy. And the weaker we make them now, the easier it'll be later when we maybe don't have these allies. So, okay. Well, either way, still a peace is concluded. We gain large territories and considerable war reparations. There's only an allowed value of 4. That doesn't sound very large to me. And all we can claim is Eritrea. However, I can't check right now, but I am aware that all these points that are left over turn into war reparations after the fact and convert into base resources. So I'm not going to select Eritrea. I don't even want Eritrea. You have not selected any possessions. If you leave points unused, you'll get a small increase to your economy and said yes. An increase to my economy would be way more helpful than Eritrea. It's too far away. I can't protect it. It would actually make me do worse in war. So, yes, continue. Aftermath of the war, naval budget is reduced as expected. And there you go. Italy scrapped a bunch of corvettes it made specifically for the war, as well as an AMC. Sadly, Spain never got involved in the war. I was kind of hoping that they would get involved in the war. Even with peace having been reached, you know, this is what the tensions reset to. Germany is already at high tensions with Britain. This seems to be a recurring thing. So we are officially back at peacetime, and this is what we have. We are building our battleships. We have one more light cruiser building. We need to make another one to complete the division. We're improving our dock size, so that's costing quite a bit of money as well. All of our fortifications that we are building are built, so we did get Sardinia out of that, though. Yes, we did. Let me take a look at my data. Base resources have definitely gone up quite a bit. Oh my god, yes they have. Holy crap. It wasn't too long ago I looked, we were at like 18,220. Barely any times passed from that. Barely any time at all. Each one of that, I feel like might have gained us something like 500 per point, I feel. Because that's about 2,000, 18,000, maybe not exactly 500 then. But that's what it feels like. At least 250 per. Let's say maybe we got up to 19,000, but their base resources are considerably lower, I feel, than when I last checked. I remember them being at like 24. No, maybe it's just Russia's at 24k. Yeah, no, it's not Italy at 24k. But we took a bite out of their resources. It's been transferred from them to me. So we are now catching up to them in terms of what we can produce. If we win more wars against them, we will eventually surpass them. And that will be key to dominating the Mediterranean. But at the end of the day, our only real goal is to keep our prestige up, stay the naval commander until the end of the game. But dominating the Med, that is definitely a goal. Let's just hit end turn for now, though. Recent improvements in productivity boosted our industrial production. Still, I think World War I mobilization is what's happening. Nerfing Italy, then, was definitely pretty good. Light cruiser finished its working up. 14-inch guns, quality -1, have been researched. France is scrapping a bunch of old ships, as is Italy, I see. Spain rebuilding some of its ships. You can see the AI is already mothballing everything. America's not, because they're far away from their home, but they are considerably reducing what they have out. Tensions with Italy are increasing again because they're uncomfortable with us controlling Sardinia, of course. And with Germany, as we're allied with their historical enemy, France. And that's really interesting, because I think at this point in history, Germany's navy is actually better than France's. It'd be interesting if we got pulled into such a war. But we're not in a real position to actually fight Germany. We don't really have that capability. Also, our submarines haven't finished yet. I started building them 4 turns ago. They have 10 more turns till they're done. When we get them, we might just scrap these. Because after a certain amount of years, the cost is equivalent to just building a new sub. Like coastal sub, the cost is 1,400 total, 20 maintenance per month. That shit adds up, especially if you're at war. The maintenance also increases. For such unreliable subs, we may end up getting rid of them. I don't know. We don't have a lot, so for now I might just keep them regardless. That's just a submarine force, because our actual force started dwindling when wartime came. Budget is getting better with our economic progression. Unrest is at 0. And we finished another light cruiser. Italy and Great Britain signed an alliance. Oh my god. Wouldn't that be interesting? Us and France and America, maybe Spain, probably not Spain, versus Great Britain and Italy. That would be interesting, but I don't think there will actually be a war currently. Naval's battle turn-away maneuver. I don't really know what that is. Before these designs become notably outdated on these ASWs that we have, I'll go ahead, because we're going to need more of them we've seen. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll just build 5 more of them. I think that'll pretty much do it. So let's build 5 more of these corvettes. How much will that cost? Monthly build costs, basically equivalent to building a single light cruiser. So we've thrown those in. How long will those take? 11 months. That's not too crazy. And these are they're not too important to keep up to snuff, so I don't even know if I want to keep them active. Their cost is insignificant. So I kind of would just like to keep them trained so they perform better when they go to ASW against the enemy subs. There's nothing that I necessarily want to mothball. Actually, that's a lie, there is. I would kind of like to mothball the remaining old protected cruisers we have, because I don't even want to keep them to the next war. So let's go ahead and mothball the old protected cruisers that we still have, because those do cost a bit. I would like to also replace our armored cruisers by this point. The game does reward you for having a varied fleet, I've noticed. It's very big about that. But we'll have to see how money goes. For now, I'll leave them active because they're still the only thing of this class that I have. I feel like Italy is still the main person we could probably end up at war with. America's tensions aren't really going to put us at war with anyone else. We'll take the points out of Russia. We'll keep intel pretty high on Italy, though. It takes a while to build this up, and I feel like we'll end up at war with them again. So I'll still pay to keep it into Italy. And we could still gain some knowledge by doing that. Private shipbuilding has expanded the dock size. That's always good. Difficulty researching. Nothing surprising. God, you see the values going down even more, just all over the place. When this is done, we'll be up to either 30,000 or 31,000. Still, it's going to be behind everybody. Some are built up to like 36,000. We're only ahead of Spain. And we won't really be too far ahead of anybody else. Which kind of makes sense for the money that we have, which is why I'm not going to build this up any further once this finishes in a moment. Based on how this is going, I could build another ship. We're going to build another Jupiter-class light cruiser, so we can get... Oh, the Jupiter. A new Jupiter. The Jupiter... The Jupiter 2. Just the Jupiter 2. Because we already had a Jupiter. Ah, no, fuck it. Let's just let it be the Jupiter. That sounds stupid. We'll get another light cruiser built out, because I would like to get 10 of these things out eventually. That is pretty important to me. That's what I was trying to do before this war started. So we're going to try to continue doing that. Try to get that up to 10 of them that we can maintain. Get rid of all the old protected cruisers. A post-war slump has hit the world economy. That's not good. Protected or light cruiser finished working up. Oh, what was that? I didn't actually see what that was. Oh, fuck. I wasn't looking. That was either tech or private industry. That was tech. That's not good. So I guess everyone's economy, everyone's economy just took a little bit of a hit post-war, I guess, because we just got out of the war. That makes sense, I suppose. Tensions are reducing due to random tension changes, not due to the fact that we just got out of a war. Usually it's due to the fact that we just got out of the war. I wish events in this game had a little better description of what the fuck is going on when they say shit. Everyone's already assigned to stuff. We do need to set... We're going to need to build new destroyers, too. Our destroyer fleet is really tiny compared to everybody else's. Like, it's actually kind of problematic. New docks have been completed. That will get my budget to be better. AP projectiles progressing. Triple torpedo mounts enabled. Wait, what? I guess it's been a while since I made new destroyers. I don't even remember us having double torpedo mounts. It's good to know, I guess. Tensions with Germany keep increasing due to being allied with their historical enemy. Yeah, this is World War I. So I can figure that part out myself. Still, I do wish there were better displays. Italy is supposed to historically be allied, but, you know, they're not. What's the naval budgets? Dude, during that war, Italy had a naval budget that was literally twice as high as ours. I'm not exaggerating. And now they're actually kind of in line with our naval budget. And ours is pretty in line with Japan's. Russia, Germany are way ahead. France, oh my god, France is beat by both of them. And then Great Britain is actually barely ahead of Germany. Yeah, that's impressive. And then America is kind of up there as well. Wow, that dock size got me up way farther than I expected. We're up to 32,000 now. Well, that's good. That's good. I don't need any more for a little bit. So we'll just continue progressing. Well, we do need to assign new commanders because something happened to our old commanders. This is a lot of busy work when this happens. But moving along to the next turn, research breakthrough on a bunch of things. On the way to understanding X-Lighters. I have no idea what that is. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the series, but I don't really know anything about ships. I'm researching ships to play this game. Tension with Italy increases to historical enmity. Yeah, because we're supposed to be enemies in this world war, and we also just don't like each other before then. Isn't that so funny? We're allied with the opposite side we're supposed to be allied with. We're currently allied with the Entente. We're not allied with the Triple Alliance. or the Central Powers. It's not really a Central Powers because the Ottomans aren't here, but the Triple Alliance. We're supposed to be a member of the Triple Alliance with Italy and Germany. The Triple Alliance is just not forming, and we're just allied with who's supposed to be the Entente, sort of, except Great Britain, who's allied with Italy. I finally unlocked naval aviation heavier than air. I can make normal naval air bases by land. However, all they can do right now is scout. So that's not very important to me, to be honest. The airships can scout better. They have much further range than planes. And they've been proving, I haven't mentioned it a lot, but their intel has been very helpful to me recently. Oh, okay, X-Lighters improves invasion capability. We can now build air bases with capacity 20 aircraft. I may end up building one, just because I think it helps train pilots. I don't plan to do a whole lot. Develop the fighters a private venue. They want to know if we're interested in buying it. So I don't need to research. I just have one. Roll fighter. I mean, I don't even have a fighter. So anything's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, sure. I'll take it. I don't have anything. Aircraft types. Here's our aircraft types. I can request proposals for new aircraft. I can pick fighter, float plane scout, and naval patrol aircraft. While planes don't even have the capacity to really bomb yet, I don't think we have the money to justify investing into them. I think airships are going to be better because airships have much longer range, and they will for at least another decade, maybe more. And they eventually get things like parasite fighters, which can resist enemy fighters as well. So rather than pay for multiple things, you know, we're just going to focus on one, because I need to get another airship base at Olbia just because the terrain here makes that favorable. Whereas like one at Katara, one at Pola is kind of good enough. I mean, lining the coast wouldn't be too bad, quite frankly, but I'm having to be picky just because I don't have the money to even keep up my fleet. Air stuff in 1915 isn't exactly a priority. We have unlocked new fire control, ladder shooting, gradual national accuracy improvement, shipboard aircraft operations, seaplane carrier. We've enabled small seaplane carriers. That's interesting. Right now, that's only really viable for recon. And since we only operate in the Mediterranean, I think our airship bases are better. I think they're better for that at the moment. However, if we could get them on ships, that would be very handy. If naval aviation wishes to bring to your attention, we could develop new float plane scouts. Should we request tenders for a new prototype? Yes, no, not now. Don't remind me again. Don't remind me again. I don't need a reminder about this kind of thing. I'm just intentionally not researching any because I'm not planning on using it. Planes are much worse at reconning at this point in history. I don't know how that translates into the game, but I don't have a reason to use planes right now. I don't even have an air base. I can't really afford to do anything like this. Our sub should be finishing in 2 turns here, and a bunch of our corvettes will be finishing soon as well, which will enable me to build more stuff. We still need to get like 3 more battleships built, but also ideally 5 more Jupiters. And I think I'm going to take priority with the Jupiters because their design is older. They're becoming outdated faster. Naval patrol aircrafts can be developed. Don't remind me again. No. I'm not researching any planes because we're not going to be using any planes. So it doesn't really matter. And that's just some intelligence someone can get off of us anyway. Does not matter at all. We just need to pass time. All right, 10 submarines commissioned and in service. That's good. Tension being reduced with America. They're our allies, so that's always good. Tensions are pretty low across the board, which is good. Money is a little bit better. Not perfect. We can't even afford a tech if we get offered it. Next thing is to wait another 2 turns for a lot of these corvettes to be done building. Eliminates rate of fire and reliability penalty for triple turrets. Okay. That could be big news for the next battlecruiser battleships that we make. Torpedoes are getting better. Tension with Germany increasing and Italy over Dalmatia and France, respectively, but in the opposite order of which I said them. And then there's not really it's actually so nice to not be at war. Getting in a battle just so much is not great. I find it so weird that we're the leader, by the way, of the Navy. This is just a shitty armored cruiser. I'll just give it a bad leader. We're the leader of the Navy, but we do all this micromanaging in battles. I find that really weird. I want to play, honestly, as the one in charge of the logistics and the out-of-battle decisions and just leave everything in the battles to AI. And technically, I can do that. But it's just like the option is there to take control. And the player, theoretically, if he knows what he's doing, is always going to do better than the AI. So why wouldn't I, you know? Oh, no! We're no longer allied with America. This is the end of an era. We're still allied with France, though. 4 of the corvettes are done. Foreign policy gaffe asked to smooth things over by the naval secreta. Never presume to undercut the authority of the Kaiser, get prestige, and generate tensions. Agree to make a bland statement diluting the effects of the remark made by the Kaiser, lose prestige. Divert the attention, making a statement criticizing the adventurous foreign policy of target either Italy or Great Britain. Oh. That sucks because they're both allied. So meaning like right now, I don't want a war with either of them, quite frankly. I'd rather just take generalized tensions than just piss a single one of them off. Because if I go to war with Italy right now, like that'll be bad. Actually, I want to just keep tensions low in general, just across the board. So I think I'm willing to just lose 1 prestige. We have 47 prestige, dude. So let's just not raise tensions. We need to build up our fleet. We have serious outdated ships that we need to fix. And I fear that in a war between us and France versus Britain and Italy, we are both outmatched in every way. That has to be avoided for right now. Like dramatically so. HE shells are getting better. Airship bomb armament. Enables airship bomb armament. Is there anything I have to do for that? That's cool. I mean, they're not going to be very great at bombing, but the British fighter called the Blackburn Bulldog entering service. Faster than our fastest fighter. Does it matter? Does that affect my... You know, this might affect my prestige. Thinking about it. This might affect my... I might just want to research these because it affects my prestige. I don't know if it affects my prestige. I really don't. If someone does know, maybe you can tell me. I'll see it way in the future, but it would still be nice to know. Naval patrol, aircraft, and float plane scouts. They're both scouts, right? So we'd want range. Second priority, reliability. Yeah, that's what sounds about right to me. So let's just get something... I don't think it costs me any money. Let's go ahead and actually keep up with the planes. Just because I think it's free anyway. Alright, monthly balance is looking a little bit better. It's not going to be better enough anytime too soon, but we're going to go build ships. We're going to be building Jupiters. I guess we're just going to add 1 at a time. I'm not going to stop until I have 10 Jupiters. Even if it becomes actually obsolete, which it might. It really might, really soon. We're still going to build 10 of them. Designing a new one right now, like that would cost a lot of money. I don't know if that's worth it. Yeah, no, we're just going to keep making some Jupiters for now. So we're going to start building another 1 for right now. And then we have to assign a commander, of course. And this is on what? An old Aspern class. So just give it a random thing. Doesn't really matter. Going to the next turn, a U.S. fighter called the Douglas Duck entering service. Faster than our fastest fighter. I don't really care. Tensions with Great Britain and France reducing. Germany increase. Wouldn't that be funny? We end up fighting France. I'm going to pull off the intel a little bit for Italy. Get some of that money back. And also try to not stoke tensions too much. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go to low. Let's go to low on them. We don't want to stoke tensions that much. And in fact, we might end up at war with someone completely different. And that completely different person being Germany, who thankfully is not allied with anybody. Our final corvette is done. I've also had to reassign. I had a new admiral needed for the Mediterranean. Uprising in an African country. Gunboat generates tension, so a lot of things can generate some tension. We want to keep everything down, ideally. Tension. I don't want tension to go up right now. I really, really don't. Our prestige is high enough for me to just not care. It's going up enough just from everything else that I'm doing. I'm going to prioritize low tensions. We don't care about a budget increase. We want to keep our unrest low in case we do get in a war. We're just not the country that can afford to be generating tensions willy-nilly, while our main adversary is allied with Great Britain, and the next one is someone we don't even have the ability to fight. They don't have much of an ability to fight us, but I'm sure it will still work out being bad for us. The alliance between America and Spain has expired. Hopefully that means that we can fight Spain at some point. Oh, we just got our fighter in service. That was a private venue, and now we're already being offered a new one. It seems superior in every single way. So, yeah. What's this? On stock. Oh, the amount that exists and are not assigned to air units. Well, yeah. May only be like 1 year, barely even newer, but it's better, so sure. I'll take it. Why not? No reason not to. That does seem to have actually consumed some money. So that's kind of weird to keep up with. Though I do want to end up making an air base very soon because I would like to get pilots training. I think that is a thing. I'm not sure how all this works, quite frankly. Regardless, we've done enough. This episode's full, and we're back at peacetime again. It's 1916, And the Jupiter is officially considered an older design. I'm still gonna get 10 of them built, I don't care. Technology has not advanced enough for it to be worth making a brand new ship. We'll look at that later. For now though, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.